Forza Horizon 6 is the longest that we have been waiting for a Horizon game till date. And couple that with the fact that the gameplay loop for the Horizon games is getting pretty stale, and while Forza Horizon 5 did take a leap in many directions, it also took many steps back when it comes to gameplay design and innovation compared to the previous games. So because of many of these reasons, I believe that Forza Horizon 6 needs to be a true next-gen masterpiece which brings real innovation and new gameplay ideas to the table. Now, what exactly do I even mean by new gameplay innovations? If you look at the racing games that were releasing about 15 years ago, we used to have games like Burnout Paradise, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, Blur, the first Forza Horizon game, grid games. We used to have arcade racers which were trying new things and which weren't afraid of trying new formulas and trying new gameplay designs and actually bracing the nature that they were arcade racers. They were unashamed and unabashed in what they were trying to present. I mean, if you think from a realistic standpoint, games like Hot Pursuit or Blur aren't super realistic, but still at the end of the day, they are some of the most fun racing games that you can go out and play. I think the arcade racing genre has been weirdly obsessed in recent years with trying to be super realistic, and you can see how the Horizon games have come really close to the motorsport games when it comes to the car handling, realistic graphics and feel. And while I appreciate all those things, I appreciate the super detailed car models, I appreciate how lifelike and real the open world and the graphics of the games are, but let's not pretend that the gameplay has not suffered, because the games, even though they are fun, they are becoming a bit stale and repetitive at this point. Forza Horizon 5 especially, I thought that it was a step back in some directions, and I would like Forza Horizon 6 to rectify those issues. One of those issues is having a dynamic open world which is immersive. If you look at some of the open world games that were released in last generation, like Red Dead Redemption 2, where we had so many NPCs with such detailed routines, and there was so much detail and attention jam-packed into the open world. And then you look at something like Forza Horizon 5, where the open world is, completely dead and it feels lifeless. Now you're gonna say, hey bro, why are you comparing an action game like Red Dead Redemption 2 to a racing game like Forza Horizon 5? And that's what this entire video is all about. Because we have been trapped in this sphere which has this predefined definition of what racing games should and can be, and we aren't thinking out of the box. Because it's not unnatural, let me tell you. Speaking of NPC routines, if we just go back a few years and look at Forza Horizon 3, that game used to have jam-packed amount of NPC density in Surfer's Paradise, the city of Forza Horizon 3. And the NPCs here had tons of routines. You could go around and see people on the beach, they were playing volleyball and having fun on the beach. You could see people in the malls or in the restaurants and cafes or just walking along the road. There was so much life in Surfer's Paradise and Forza Horizon 3. Now try and look at Guanato in Forza Horizon 5 and you will immediately notice what I'm trying to tell you is that Horizon 5 feels really lifeless to play. So instead of going ahead from Forza Horizon 3 and adding even more NPCs and adding even more detail to the world, we actually went backwards, is what I'm trying to say. Like, why don't we have, smaller events that keep popping up in the open world instead of just having static festival sites? Small events where there are actually people where we can go and walk around and talk to those people. All of these things are possible in racing games. You can do the exact same thing in The Crew 2, where you can actually go and walk around and look around your apartment and display your cars in your own apartment, or go to these festival sites and talk to people at these places. So racing games can do it all, man. We shouldn't be stuck in preconception that racing games can do only a certain particular thing. I think we should break out of that mold, and that is what Forza Horizon 6 needs to do, because the Forza Horizon series desperately needs more new innovations, and it desperately needs to tell people that it is the king of arcade racing. And just how like 1.5 decade ago it redefined what arcade racers could do, because at that time nobody had thought that arcade racers could be these realistic racing games with amazing graphics and so much realistic detail packed into its open world. but it is time for Forza Horizon 6 to take up the mantle and go further than any racing game has ever gone. Like, go crazy with ideas. Why not have some tracks in the open world, and like you can go and you can race in those tracks like you could do in a motorsport game, while you can also drive around in the open world. We need more cities. We need multiple cities in the next Horizon game. How about bringing back seasons from Forza Horizon 4, which really diversified the map and changed the look of the map and changed the feel of how you drive during different seasons, and it was really fun. So we need all these innovations back, and Forza Horizon really needs to step it up, because we have been waiting for such a long time. Like, if Forza Horizon 6 releases in 2025, then it's going to be like 4 years since the last Horizon game. And honestly, if it's a true next gen innovative game, I don't mind waiting longer, but the next game really needs to revolutionize and evolve the formula of the Forza Horizon games, because if it's more of the same of the exact gameplay just in a different setting, then I don't think it would go down that well with fans. Of course, I'm not saying the game would flop. We all love Forza Horizon and we'll probably buy the next game regardless of what it is, unless it's like absolutely bad like Forza Motorsport 8. I mean, if it's a decent game, we'll buy it. It doesn't necessarily have to be a masterpiece, but I'm saying that if it is a true next gen innovative masterpiece, then that would be better for us and better for racing games as a whole, because racing games have been really declining in quality in recent times. Whether it be the Need for Speed franchise, we don't get grid games anymore, and racing games have went into this comfort zone where developers aren't really innovating. So racing games need to shine the light and they need to show how great they can be. Like the video if you agree with me, dislike the video if you disagree with me, and if you want more content like this, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys, as less than 2% of the people watching my content are actually subscribed to the channel. And let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I hope everyone has an amazing day full of positivity and happy gaming, guys.